Hi there, I'm Keith Jones, the owner and managing partner of Ace Parking. I'd like to welcome you and invite you to take part in a purposeful and meaningful culture. Ace Parking is entering its 70th year in operation and is a family business founded by my grandfather and grandmother. I'm proud today to be a strong company that does what we say we're going to do and exceeds the operational excellence that each one of us tries to create. Ace Parking has deep roots in the communities with which we service. In what will be our 70th year in 2020, we will set ourselves up for success in the decades to come. Our company culture is one of the most important things that we have. Each of us has an opportunity, a duty, and a responsibility to have a meaningful impact on our customers and our clients. I invite you to partake in our internal purposeful culture. Our core value, communication.
I convey my directives
and ideas clearly,
and I am attentive when receiving information.
Communication, it's not just what you say, but it's how you present it. My goal is to always try to find a way that I can convey my thoughts, my ideas in the easiest way so people can receive it and then act upon it. We can have all the greatest programs in the world that we create at a corporate or regional level, but if you're not buying into them at the site level, it's not going to work. Communication is also, finding different ways to speak to different people. I will adapt how I speak, where I speak, what I do, my mannerisms, depending on who I'm interacting with. But making sure that we recognize that there's a person that we're trying to communicate with, and we've got to relate to them as a person.
Communication is one of the core values that adds to the productivity and efficiency of the company. We have given importance to communication because of the impact it adds to the success personally and professionally. Personally, communication, I think, is the exchange of thoughts and ideas. The better I communicate, the more I can get my message and thoughts and ideas across easily and fully understood, and that gives me more credibility as a manager. So communication is an overall process. It's embedded and inherent in our culture, and it's something that we have to always strive to do better because it adds to our productivity and efficiency as a successful business unit as a whole.
When I'm interacting with guests, communication is a tool that I have to make sure that guest is satisfied. And those interactions makes Ace a fun company to work for. I rely on my management team to communicate with me if there is a new policy, but I also appreciate that they will listen to me if I have any questions or suggestions about ways to improve our service or our operation.
For me, good communication needs to be clear and concise. I need to understand what the end result is before I send anything out. This gives clear direction and the ability to complete tasks efficiently. As a team, we improve together by listening to each other, asking questions, and knowing our goals. Consistent communication is key to our success if it is clear and direct in its messaging. This creates efficiency within the organization at all levels. It is expected by each other and becomes part of our Ace brand.
I think the responsibility for effective communication lies with all parties involved. The person delivering the message is responsible for delivering a clear message with a clear path forward. At the same time, the person or people receiving the message need to feel comfortable that they can go back and ask for clarity if they don't understand the direction given or the path they need to take to complete the task.
We're going to be performing at a high level, and communication is the utmost foundation of that performance. There's a need to make sure you're paying attention to who it is getting the message and what's the best way to make sure it does have that clear idea delivery. Quite often there's miscommunication. That's just a given. When you have a lot of thoughts and a lot of ideas and they're bouncing back and forth among many people or between two people, miscommunication can occur. I maintain a positive attitude about the situation. I don't blame someone else. Did I convey my ideas clearly? Most likely I didn't. Otherwise it would have been easier for you to respond.
We're a service provider, And I think communication is the building blocks of great service. If I or my staff are out on a location, I'm understanding that I'm communicating with guests even before I speak to them. So much of the communication we convey is through nonverbal means. So our attitude, our body language, making eye contact with a guest. If I'm making eye contact with a guest, that lets them know that I'm providing service to them individually. And I think that if guests leave satisfied, then that is what ultimately leads to new business and referrals and client retention, as well as just happier employees overall. Which is essentially why I don't think that the importance of communication can really be overstated, and it's why it's one of our core values.